Good morning, 19th November 21. European Shipowner 6. The owners, in some cases, are paying too much. Never is too much, some say. And also, they are having the show offices in the north of Europe. And now we are having issues of the supply chain. Supply chain, it means that you have to pay more and more and more and more if you have the crew management base in north of Europe. Now here in Spain, we are going to have small and medium companies going bust because there is not such a thing as Chapter 11, Chapter 15 for bankruptcy procedures, so that 95% of small and medium companies in 22 that have not been able to cope with this one tsunami, it's not six, it's one tsunami, that they are going to go bankrupt, starting from restaurants, bars, small shops, and the huge Goliaths are going to take over. Now, this is going to generate the possibility that if you have a crew management office in the north of Europe, the European ship owner, number 6, today is the opportunity to give us the business. We can get at the 3% agency fee your fleets, and not only we can tackle to manage the cost of European crew, because some northern ship owners also not only they have the issue of this show times 4 cost compared to Spain, for example, but also they have the same issue towards the wages of the crew. Why? Because it is kind of like a flu. If the flu goes short, also goes on board the ship, and this is what is going on today. So we cannot only solve the supply chain by paying more, paying more, paying more, like they are doing in many other countries, but perhaps it is the thought of, should I change the crew management office to a place that they will have excess of human resources, like here in Bilbao and in Spain? Why? Because these governments are so inefficient to the bankruptcy proceedings that 95% of small, medium companies only get buried, and 5% make it after 1 year, 2 years, because the justice is so slow, so inefficient, and all the proceedings, and therefore is it now a huge opportunity out of this? And then can we adapt? Well, here we are. The reason being, we have been 125 years old in the maritime industry, that with our ups and downs and civil wars and World War Ones and twos, and these situations, that we remain competitive, and we are going to be very competitive in 22, 23, 24, because the tendency is that if you read the news, there is going to be a big tsunami of small, medium companies going bust in 2022. So we have employer in Panama, employer in Singapore. We have in Spanish flag 2 employers for LNG, for example, the famous Spanish sandwich. And so here we are in Candina to provide, for example, now we are doing a lot of business in this American Panama Canal area. We provide Latin American ratings and officers. We are providing local solutions also in Africa. We are expanding in the offshore, in the LNG, in the bulk container tanker chemical. Why? Because we have the human resources, and we are competitive today to fight for these fees at the same level as Filipinas or any other country. And the tendency is that this will continue. Why? Because dollar to euro also, here we are now already a 7-8% more competitive than a year ago. 1.2 was the dollar to the euro. Tendency is to go 1 to 1. And also 50% of all the fleet is around Spain. So we are in the center and closer. Why not think about the crew management from Bilbao? Why not? Ships around here, 50%, and also those that have diversified have died. Now we have this supply chain issue, and therefore it is very important to have just one supplier, very good supplier, with the most competitive fee. Recently, clients only interested in the fee. Of course, we have a 3% fee and we have a huge database growing every day. That's our core. So let's unite, pool our services to you, dear European ship owner. Now is the time to say goodbye to the Northern Europe because it's too expensive. There is Z's, millennials in Spain, plenty, and we look forward to employing them, teaching them our tricks, our systems with zero risk and with a long-term intrinsic value for your fleet expansion. Thank you very much indeed. Have a nice weekend. Take care, like and subscribe. Bye.